Hey everybody, I'm APH. Welcome back to the sprawling empire of crispy bacon. Now, we have currently got up to just shy of 450 people, and we are ready for more luxuries than we've ever had. Now, to get them, we do need to actually move our colony, and I'm thinking over in this province. We kind of touched on it last episode, so let's get our actual intercity roads going. And now this episode probably will focus on just getting this up and going. And let's go ahead and place a little bit of a bridge in here. Let's close off things so we can see it and totally just totally bend that. All right, let's get that and then back to our actual intercity road. Oh, a wrong type of road. There's not actually a hotkey for intercity road, which kind of drives me nuts, and we'll bring it right over to the other lake here. Oh, the river. Now, if we look at our fertility, it really tells the story of where we want to be. These areas of low fertility, we kind of want to maintain areas where we're going to do fruit gatherers, tree harvesters, things like that. Areas of high fertility, we're going to want to do things more focused into the actual gardens or farms that we'll get our actual needs. Speaking of cards, before we get a wild card, because we don't yet have the scholar, let's go through here. We'll definitely take all of these to get started. That will kind of be the start of this little city center. Let's go ahead and grab the colony, and let's go ahead and place it right here. Must be connected. Oh, I missed like just a touch of road. What am I doing here? Let's, all right, let's try this yet again. There we go. Something so finicky sometimes. Okay, so we can do, mushrooms over here, which we're already doing back at our main colony, or we can go for fruit. I think the right answer is to go for fruit. And let's switch from our fertility overlay over to our appeal, because we've got some big areas of appeal that we can actually go into. So let's kind of buy out this area as we're getting going. I gave us cannabis. We'll go ahead and activate that. I know somewhere in here, I probably should have put on the province yield. We have cocoa, and somewhere we have coffee. Now, we're going to have to decide what we're doing with all these people because, well, we don't have room for them yet. There's our cocoa. And we've got some cards. Yeah, well, we can't actually take them yet. All right, that's problematic. Let's place down our paper maker. We'll actually get both of them down because we're going to need them as soon as our other book actually appears. There we go. And can we place, well, all right, we're going to have to buy the province over here. Then we can drop this paper maker. It's okay that it's going to take a while, and we'll go ahead and grab that passion book. Now, in the area of high appeal, we're going to want to place the houses over here. Something that's a little bit different than what I've been doing. Let's grab another passion book. And another passion book. And another passion book. Is that all the tribes people that want to join? Yes, it is. Thank you. Let's kind of focus in this area and try for the 100% appeal as much as we can. And we're probably going to try for, well, we'll start with that, and then we'll put a couple over here. I'm not sure how big we want our colony. That's like the honest truth about this, is I don't know how big we actually want this. We're going to want a lot of storage over here, because at first we're going to need to bring over quite an extensive amount of food to actually get going. But we will plan on our fruit being kind of in this area. Let's go ahead and change our overlays back. We'll keep the trees off for a moment. Let's get our hunting lodge down and our other tree. And now we need a forester for over here. Let's drop passion books in the fruit gatherers, and let's do a spin. See what we can get. We'll take the hauling service like always. Don't need anything else in here yet. We'll take the coal and we'll take the inner city logistic, because I have some kind of use for this. We need not an inner city one, because this is import resources. Okay, this is the one we want. Nothing really useful in here. We will need beer eventually, because we will be putting actual wheat farms over here. Yeah, let's pass on it for now. Another inner city logistics hub. Again, we want that. We'll take the pig ranch for over here. We're kind of going to build this like we would an actual town, where we want it to relatively produce the things that we need. Not 100%, but relatively. And we're going to need to import bricks. So let's get in the inner city logistics down. And we'll probably prioritize building that, just so this area can, well, it's already got the people there. We just have to actually let it build. And we'll place a little storage yard next to it. And we want only a few things here, but one of them is temporarily we just want brick. And we can probably, with this, once it builds, we can probably prioritize importing bricks over there. Just to build outer warehouses, because at least until paper is done and we've built up this area a little bit and made it sustainable, we're not going to get into clay. We've actually got a lot of work to do over here. Let's go ahead and bring back on our tree overlay. Now, the good thing is we are year 31 into the game. It means that some of these, like the papaya tree, it's already at bonus yield of 467. So right off the bat, these fruit gatherers should be useful. So it's just getting them built, and then we can switch from bringing in food to bringing in other things. And this is something that I did not realize in the last game. I saw this as food, and I completely neglected the fact that I can say, hey, we want to bring in a specific type of food. And we have an option to bring in hay. I didn't realize hay was in the game. That's really peculiar. I don't know that I've ever seen hay. Let's close that out and let's take a look at the tech that we got. I think it was an upgrade. I think we got our last of our farming. I wasn't quite paying attention when I logged in. I think it's time to, well, we want to continue pushing ranching technology. We want to get the cathedral. Yeah, let's go ahead and queue up the cathedral now. Well, this area starts building up. We've got 8 adults over here. We probably need to bring in a couple more. So let's go ahead and bring in 10 more adults, 5 more kids. See if that will kind of help build up this area, because right now we've got way more, laborers than builders to actually maintain things. And for this, we want brick. We just want to bring in 300, enough to fill that storage, and we're going to go ahead and click and see if it's stored, which it did. All right, and that should give me the cathedral. So that will be the first luxury, and we're going to want to put a cathedral in both because it gives 10% job happiness. Let's go ahead and go back to the tech tree. We're 8 houses for magic mushrooms. I think that should be kind of a priority. Coffee roaster might be big because we haven't got coffee yet, but I mean, we've got, that's cocoa and coffee's right there. So I mean, it's kind of within grasp that maybe this episode will get it. All right, well, that's kind of building up. Looks like all of our houses are upgraded over here, which means we need to do an expansion enough to get us the 8 houses we need for magic mushrooms. Oh, we're in late autumn and look at all the pumpkins. Looks like they haven't quite finished, but it looks like they're going to bring in about 1,000 pumpkins this season. And what that will actually enable is we'll be able to get all you can eat now, as well as we're going to start working towards the actual melon. Now, why didn't my technology pick? I must have X'd out. Yeah, let's go for coffee. It's going to finish real quick and then we'll go for budget. We're in an okay place for money, so what we can do is we can start increasing the budget to start increasing happiness. Our glass is in a good spot. Let's see if we can upgrade our actual glass facility. How are we sitting on stone? Let's, well, we're on the vodka distillery. Let's go ahead and get the team on both of them and see if we can. Okay, this requires concrete to upgrade. Yeah, we don't need the coffee roaster right now. All right, well, all right. Let me drop this in a really big open wide area so that we can decorate around it. I'm thinking right in here, and then we'll buy the coffee roaster. We'll get the inner city logistics over here by the mushrooms so that we can start bringing in wood and then get rid of more of the actual trade. Wool is still in a hard place. We would probably want to replace 2 more of these sheep farm, and food is kind of on that level where we're going to have to watch it. I was talking too long. I couldn't go through all my cards. All right. Let's not show that message again. Let's sell off that wild card. Let's head back over here and see how they're doing with the actual construction, which all storage is full, which kind of makes sense. Let's go ahead and build some warehouses over here. Like, wood is everywhere because storage is full. Let's place a storage there. Which again, we have bricks, so it's weird that it says we can't make it. And we'll place a storage over here for all of our actual food production. So go ahead and pick up that coal maker. We're going to want a medicine maker for over here, but I'm okay. Well, you know, let's grab it. And let's place a storage over here. That way, once we're ready, we can actually start making paper and we'll just start filling in. Now, where do we want to place coal? Because we want to... This area right now, we've started out with housing real close to 100% because we went with high appeal. Entertainment will need to be a thing. We'll need to actually bring in some theaters and things like that. All right, you guys really have to prioritize getting these warehouses down. It's a different aspect of the game, not playing the we're going to quick build everything and waiting for everything to build. It is a way different aspect. Okay, we need more houses, and we're gonna need our first luxury down here once this area is kind of set up. Let's build some houses. Let's try that again. I think I was on a farm. Go ahead and place them here. Kind of get these workers all set. We can bring in 3 more, but I don't think that's necessary. All right, we'll let this area build up. As I said, I kind of want to find a spot for the actual 8 more houses over here, as well as maybe push a little bit more production of something. Not sure what yet. They're starting on the cathedral, which is good. This area is looking like it's starting to pass into the Savanna, or into the desert, which means we won't be able to put farms over here. So maybe this is our next area for building our next mushroom facility. And right now we are producing a decent amount of mushrooms. They're just not what I hope they would be, and probably part of that is I only upgraded one of them to the Enlightenment Age last cycle because I don't want to push the food as much as I should have, and I probably should have actually waited on the cathedral until I upgraded all of them. That's one of those hindsight is 2020 type of things. Let's look at our housing over here. We'll try to get our hub kind of focused in this little patch right here. See if we can get close to that 100 for the majority of it, and probably like right there. And we'll try to get our next mushroom farm kind of patched right in here. Now we're gonna need a few things to actually get this up and going. We'll plop the market down right now while I'm thinking about it. We're gonna need a granary. Nothing. Well, we'll take the library. Let's go ahead and place that down right away because we're gonna want a tavern over here. Let's keep building these. See if there's anything else in there. So we'll take the fruit gatherers for the other. We'll take the tavern. Man, we're at our limit. Okay, let's place down the medicine maker in the archive. Grab our granary out and place it where it actually belongs. I think right there. Let's get these going. Keep looking at the fact that one of my roads is out of place because that building's smaller, and keep thinking that these are in a bad shape, and that will start building. This will start building. Let's grab our fruit gatherers and our tavern. Really could use one more tavern. There's our next cathedral, so we'll place this right here just to kind of get that happiness, and we want that. We want the granary and we want the cathedral, so let's wait on those until we're back over here and we've placed down some cards. So we'll go ahead and place down these 2 fruit here. Wait for the other one to pop back up. Now we can take the cathedral and the granary. We need that forester. So let's place the granary kind of right in here so it buffs all of them. And then we're going to go ahead and take the forester. We already have the beekeeper, so we don't need that. We're going to go ahead and sell off these auto traders because we're getting rid of the trade companies. All right, let's take that forester. And we're going to hold out on that for the moment and place it right here. These are going to be cut and plant, prioritizing fruit, and only cutting non-fruit trees. And we're going to go ahead and prioritize that so that it starts clearing the area. This barn right here, even though it's got a ton of wood right now, we do want to try to limit it to just food in the future. So we might as well deselect all right now. Well, we have a decent amount of storage, and just keep food. And the granary and the warehouse will hopefully maintain what we're looking for over here. Looks like some things are starting to come together. We're still a little shy on workers. It looks like we have room for 6 more, so let's go ahead and receive some immigrants. Yeah, we'll bring in 6 more adults. And it looks like we had some people born because it just put us over, which is fine. Let's go ahead and upgrade our town hall, and we're probably looking for... So jungle herbs would be big because then we could transfer out the herbs, but I'm thinking in the long run, jungle forestry for the increased wood is actually better. And do we still have some houses that need to be built over here? Yeah, these ones are still in the process. So once this one's built, we should be okay with houses for at least a hot moment. Let's go ahead and upgrade this as far as we can. Not that it gives us any more bonuses. Again, just kind of the standard is that you get, not the biome bonuses like level 1 and level 2. Now, the hauling service could be okay. Vodka distillery isn't good over here. Sharing and carrying is pointless. I don't think we have any hills nearby, so let's go ahead and pass on that. We'll go ahead and take the clay pit because we're going to get a pottery over here at some point in time. And let's go ahead and place it right down by the shore. Try to get it away from the people the best we can, and then we'll bring in some... Yeah, we'll bring in some road. We're going to have to bring in stone from our capital. Just kind of go something about like that. 72 fruit. So papayas are now maintaining so that we don't actually have to bring in food, which is our first thing. So let's go ahead and set none for that, and let's actually set this to stone. Now we probably need just a little bit more tools just to maintain, so let's go ahead and set it to 145. I don't think we're going to have more than 145 people over here, so that should kind of set us in a good spot. I need that first luxury, so we either have to get ready for pottery or we have to get ready for furniture or beer. Another card removal could be useful. Another coffee maker will be useful down the road. Let's grab the coffee maker. And how far are we from the cannabis? So let's go ahead and put on the province overlay. And man, that's a big area. Let's get the cannabis farms going. That will be our first luxury over here. They should be able to build it during the winter, and we'll go with a total of 5 cannabis farms, because then we can start exporting it out. And really, we're looking at some good fertility in this area. So we might do, like, in this area where there's no fertility, do a couple of houses, if appeal is high enough, just to push our housing over here, because these guys are a little bit further away than I like them. So let's actually take a look at that. Let's set it to new, and then go back to appeal. And maybe we put our next 2 houses right in here. I know this was an area of a little bit more fertility, but at the same time, got to have people nearby, and then we can go for a warehouse right here, and we're just going to set this just to cannabis. Just a quick that. And once these are built, then we can actually allow our inner city logistics to start bringing over that luxury. That will be our next tier 1 for our main city. Now we still need furniture over here as well as some other things, and looks like we had a die off, so let's set our labor and set our builder, and let's go ahead and bring in another 8 people. Had this bug the last game where the people that it brought over were always the old, and it always had a problem maintaining. Now that our inner city logistics is set up, from our colony, which we'll have to name, we can now bring in wood. And we'll try to maintain a target of... Let's try to keep a target of 3,000. And to kind of go with that, we'll set up a storage right across the way. And we're going to look for a logistics office. Now, I might have one in the archive, so I'll check it in a second here. And nothing in this one. We do have our schools, which we're going to be soon with, and we have a couple of medicine makers, which is good to know. So let's see what's in the cards. We'll pass on the market. And there's our logistics office, so let's get that, and we'll take the pottery and... Oh, I can't do the brick. Okay. Let's place our cathedral in there and get our brick. So the logistics, we're going to go ahead and place it here. And as I said, we're going to use it to fill up some of these warehouses that we're using for mushrooms. So we're probably going to set this first one to fill up a warehouse over here by this patch right here. And then after that, we'll use it to send mushroom or to wood down here. So our goal may be higher than the initial 3,000 wood over time. It's just kind of that starting. Now for this, do have 900 stone, so I can upgrade as we go. Let's go ahead and get the... Let's try that again. Okay, upgraded 5 of them. I was holding shift the first time, and it only upgraded 1. And these houses are starting to fill in. So we don't have all 8 that we need for the tech, but part of that is it looks like we don't actually have enough people yet to fill all these, and that's fine. I'm also noticing that our housing, or our food is slightly going down, and I'm hoping that these mushrooms will keep up as we're getting this actual colony going, because what I'm hoping is this colony will be productive enough to bring in fruit from over here to maintain over there. Kind of a dual purpose type of thing where, you know, we get that next food from over here into our main area, and we get some of the luxuries from over here. Again, we've got our not our wheat. Let's set this to cannabis. Totally have done that recently where I forgot to set up a production chain and went back. I think I did it with the blueberries. I think I had them set to wheat at first. Our houses were close to the actual limit, which is good. Has us with a few actual labors. Let's set our production of clay. Let's set it to 1,000. And we'll go ahead and set the delivery target here. And now we can get our potter for over here. Can we snag it in this area without upsetting our people? All right, we're going to go ahead and go right here. Go ahead and place a warehouse right here. This area is slowly coming together. I think we need more houses. Area down there looks real good. This area in here kind of looks real good. This area would make sense because we've got our logistics offices here. It would kind of buff up our population around that. Probably nab 97 is close enough. 100 right there. Maybe place a tavern or something in here. Let's see if we get a tavern. Nothing really useful in that one. Nothing really useful in there. Get another pig farm for over here, and we can get our beer, because we will be getting beer shortly over here. There's a market in intercity logistics. Let's hold out on that for a moment. Got one pig farm, and it's starting to produce already. It was quick. Let's get our next pig farm kind of over here. And I'm thinking we need wheat. Wow, that guy just picked up a single cycle, 156 on a single pick. That tells you how good this area is for fruit, and we want farm in here for wheat. So let's probably do 2 in total. Yeah, I can place an 8x, and we can place that was a 7. Let's try this again. We'll start it from the actual road here. Probably won't place anything right in that area, but it allows us to place some roads, and we can probably place a warehouse in here as it starts to fill in. Now we'll probably need either for these houses to upgrade or for a few more houses to go in this area. Stone's okay, brick's okay, clay is okay. We're getting a lot of leather quick, which means we'll need a tailor over here once we get our houses upgraded. Our first cannabis farm just came in. So hopefully, we're mid-autumn right now, so hopefully year 34, hopefully we'll start production of cannabis. And wood is in an okay spot. We can probably go ahead and upgrade this all the way. Be pretty important that that actually gets done. And it looks like up here we've got oranges, so we might be able to get a situation where we produce orange cider here instead of actual wheat beer. Let's grab that inner city logistics. Nothing really in there that we want. Let's take the reroll. Now, I do want the furniture over here, so I'm going to go ahead and cancel on that for a moment. And where do I want this inner city logistics? Let's bring in... Well, you know, I'm not actually sure what we want to bring in here. Because we're going to have pottery and furniture over here. Let's go take a look at our main city. See what we have a lot of. So what we could do is keep beer production over here. Bring in beer. And then bring in vodka. Maybe that is part of the right thing, is go ahead and bring in beer. We'll bring into 300. And vodka we'll bring into 300 as well. That will get us a stable tier 1 luxury, a stable tier 2 luxury, while we're getting pottery up and going and while we're getting furniture up and going. This will get us yet another tier 1, but it just has to finish. Let's wait until spring and see how we're doing on people. We can bring in 6 more. That's knowing my luck, they will completely just die, but it's a start, and we have probably a house in this area right here is probably the next thing that we're going to go ahead and look at. Let's do a house instead of a farm. Yeah, we'll go right there. That will keep kind of a little bit of a distance, and let's go ahead and build that road. City attractiveness over here is 130. I wish there was a tooltip to actually tell me how we were getting to that attractiveness. Because I don't think that our main city has that high. Now, I have been neglecting technology, and that's kind of been on purpose. I want to get to the industrial age, so I've kind of been letting technology build up. But it's not looking promising this episode. Let's go ahead and we finished farming. We're ready for all you can eat, but I'm not sure we have the food production at the moment. Let's grab budget adjustment, which leads to bank, which I'm not too worried about. Let's do work schedule. Let's go ahead and grab theater. We need 1 more for magic mushroom. So we'll go ahead and leave that there. And over in the... No, we don't need that yet. We don't need that. In the actual other tree, the upgrades, let's put some more into ranching. Just about finished, so I might as well wait like 5 seconds for it to finish. And then we'll grab the next one into ranching, because again, we want to maintain, and it looks like papayas is really starting to soar over here. Now, I wish this shows what the main land is. So I wish I saw what was over here. But I'm thinking what we want to do. Yeah, look at those numbers. 1 season. You know, this one right here, 488 1 season. This one right here, 513 1 season. This one is a little lower, and this one's a little lower. But again, it's still only mid-spring. So these might get You know, if we get one more harvest on this one, we might have close to 700 in one season that we're producing. So these guys are potentially pulling in 6,000 per year. Let's grab our actual inner city logistics and set it up to where we want it to be. Now he's pulling workers from over here. That tells me that we're actually missing the boat somewhere, and we need a trade down here, a warehouse. Probably should put a couple of warehouses so that we can do this, because we're going to want to send wood here. And it looks like this is the last one. It just needs another tier 2 luxury to upgrade. Now, this is all good. Not quite maintaining the wood here yet. And we're getting mushrooms here. All right, we disallow all except for wood. We only want wood here. And let's go ahead and build another one here. We're going to go for a total of 3 warehouses in total. We're going to go... This one right here is going to be just papayas. This one right here is going to be just cannabis. And then we're going to use the actual logistics office to push it around. At least that's my plan. So it's going to take a little bit of time for that to finish. The cathedral is still a work in progress. Looks like glass is probably the limiting factor. So we're probably just real low on our actual glass production, and part of that has to do with the fact that we only have 1 sand mine, 1 glass smelter, but we did finish budget. And what budget will allow us to do is, let's go ahead and set some production goals here. We'll keep 1,000 clay. We'll go ahead and bump that up. Gives us a little bit more job happiness. We're going to do the same with the sand. Go ahead and set a production limit. And now we should be able to do the same with the glass itself. Start trying to get our job happiness up. You know, we went from 21 glass to 29. It's quite the huge jump, and we'll do the same over here. So now it's actually, we're producing enough in one cycle to actually fulfill one cycle over here. We'll set the goal for this as being 3,000. And we'll go ahead and put a warehouse right next door. And what we'll do is, this one can be just for glass. And this one can be just for glassware. There we go. And we should probably find our brickyard and do the same with that, where we tell our brickyard to actually have a beefed up budget. Let's go ahead and upgrade our medicine maker. And gotta tell you, I kind of forgot where the actual brickyard is. Thought it was right in here. There's the tailor that we need to move. That has to be an eventually thing. I know when I placed it down, there it is. I was specifically going for the fact that I knew logistics would bring it in. We've got the stones. Let's go ahead and upgrade that. And let's go ahead and bring the budget up. Once we get cards, this should become actually viable. 64 bricks just isn't a whole lot. These are just about to come in, and we might as well set for papaya and cannabis. And again, we're just going to try to keep 3,000 in at all time. I know it's going to take a little bit of time. And papaya. Go ahead and close that out. We're okay with the banking a little bit for a moment. And it looks like both of them, well, this one's going to finish. This one's almost got the bricks, so a little bit longer there. Money's holding around that 120 mark, which has pretty much been holding that the whole episode. And it looks like wood may be finally starting to bring over from the other area, which is exactly what we want. We bumped up our limit of coal last episode, and it's not caught up. That tells me we probably need to boost that up a little bit further. And looking at the fact that these houses are now built, we have enough people to get magic mushrooms and then go over to the industrial age. With kind of a little expansion here and our expansion over to this town, I think we're in a good place to go ahead and end this episode. Hey, I'd like to take a moment to say thanks for watching. If you like what you see, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, hit that like button down below. Want to become an active member in the community? Join the Discord, where we talk about upcoming challenges. Link in the description, and we'll see you in the next episode.